TiffanieRo.info.
I'm Tiffany Ro.
TiffanieRo.info.
The best in edutainment.
.info. TiffanieRo.info. .info. TiffanieRo.info. Tiffany Ro.
Truth, no bulls.
Information is power.
Tiffany Ro.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited today. We have, sometimes we say we have a special guest, but there are times when we have a special with like all capital special and underline bold print guest. We have part of the fabric, the foundation, an architect to this hip hop game that we see now. Well, this is what the board game started out looking like, with all the major movements, understanding and learning how to navigate. So we have Tyrone Williams, my uncle, and I'm loving your necklace. Share with us, before we go into everything, tell me about the necklace.
Okay, this necklace, this is the woman who made me everything I am. This is my grandmother. Rest in peace. All right. She, if I could just tell you about her, she raised me. This woman, I'm gonna do something simple like homework. When I did my homework, I basically had to do it twice. She had a grocery store. I had to come home from school, do my homework, come to the store, sweep it up, clean it up, walk the dog, and then come home. When we got home, she'd just look at my homework. I had to do it over again in front of her. And this woman she was the pastor of our church, and she was a businesswoman. Had a third grade education. What I realized later on in life was that the reason she made me go over all my homework with her is because she was going to school with me.
Oh, wow. All right, I want to put a pin in that. Because let's just tell our viewers a little bit about you. So we're gonna put a pin in that, because that's foundation work, and you are foundation of what we call hip hop. That's this industry. So share a little bit about your introduction into this industry.
Okay. And like that foundation, that training made me understand nothing happens without hard work.
Amen.
Nothing happens without doing it. There's no magic wand.
Right.
A lot of people seem to think, even Ty, put me on. There's no putting you on. I can give you a shot.
That's right.
All right. But you have to put yourself on. Okay. I started out basically in entertainment. I graduated from Howard University in 1979.
Okay. HBCUs.
All right. This is a kid from the Albany Projects in Brooklyn. So in my life, in my family, that was huge in itself. I was working at Citibank. That was huge in my family. But, everything was protocol, and your ideas, you couldn't implement anything, and I got bored quick.
Right.
And I happened to be reading a newspaper article about an anchor woman on NBC named Sue Simmons.
Yes.
And she was telling her story about how she got to TV.
Yes.
And she went to an announcer training school on 42nd Street, Manhattan. I said, well, she can do it. I can do it. And I went to the same school. Before I know it, I'm at WBLS. And I'm reporting news and covering sports and producing the Mr. Magic Rap Attack.
Let's stop for a second. Mr. Magic Rap Attack. So For those, we have so many different generations that are watching our show weekly. Mr. Magic Rap Attack was, for many of us, that's where you heard what you were going to be even talking about for the next week. Right or wrong?
Right, you're right.
Okay,
and
so
the Rap Attack was the first radio show ever to play rap. This guy, Magic, had a vision at a young age, because we're all young, okay, to broadcast rap. And understand this, Tiffany, at the time, there weren't many records.
Right.
You had Sugar Hill Gang, you had Jimmy Spicer, you might have had Kurt, you had Bam. But for the most part, there weren't records. Magic would play cassettes of kids off the street. So kids heard this new stuff, and we started making deals with those cassettes. Fearless 4, Treacherous 3, Stetson Sonic, all of them came through us, okay? As time went on, now this is like 1982, 81, 82, 83. As time went on, and we started getting with Shantae, made her deal, Shan, we just started talking, why don't we try this ourselves? Why don't we start our own record company? We started a label called Bridge Records.
Now, would that have to do with Queensbridge?
The song The Bridge was on Bridge Records.
Okay.
That was just a one record company. Simultaneously, my roommates are Russell Simmons and Andre Harrell.
Stop. Okay. Andre Harrell, Dr. Jekyll,
Right.
Mr.
Hyde. Right.
Russell Simmons, Def Jam, Def Comedy Jam, Def Poetry Jam, Fat Farm, Kimora Lee's ex-husband.
Right.
And Fly Tie. So when people say you are the average of your peers, you're talking about PhD level brothers.
Right.
Okay? So if you're the average of your peers, you already got your doctorate. Please keep preaching, because I'm feeling what I'm hearing.
Okay, so now understand where we lived. We lived in what they call a studio apartment. Not a one bedroom, one room. All right, in Left Rack City.
Woo! Okay. But y'all got a swimming pool there. Y'all was bougie, and y'all was the bougie one. Y'all had a pool. I was from Rochdale. There was no pool.
Well, guess what? But we used that just to crash.
A crash pad.
Now at that time, I was radio. Russell was doing promotion. Nobody had a company.
Right.
Andre was Dr. Jekyll and Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
And he sold airtime for us at WHBI, because we were on WHBI, which was a pirate station, pretty much, and WBLS at the same time. Okay. And Andre was our account exec.
Okay.
Andre was the youngest of us, but he just had that thing about him that he could talk you into things.
Let me stop for 1 second, and I don't want to mess up your flow. What I want my listeners to do right now, y'all, this is entertaining, but it's edutainment. Y'all need to take notes. This is where you start to build your toolbox of your repertoire of understanding business, understanding how to utilize the gifts of the people that surround you, and also be able to uplift you. So don't just take this because I'm telling you, right? I am not only, this is family, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his experience. I'm a fan of watching his genius and his brilliance. You guys have an opportunity. Take notes. Okay, come on.
Okay, so but the thing about it is, and in that one room, you couldn't tell us we wasn't the shit. We never saw that one room that we lived in. We saw that we were about to get in our mind, we were better than everybody else. In our
Vision.
mind, nobody could mess with the three of us.
Vision. Yes. Yes.
There you go. We had vision, you know, and before we know it, now we had the motto, cold chilling uptown at the Def Jam. Okay, so that becomes the three labels. Moving into the corporate situation, Andre and Russell were first.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they were first. Okay, but it wasn't easy. Andre went in there with the Uptown Kicking It crew, sold them on that idea,
Mm-hmm.
and Russell was able to get in because he had Curtis Blow, he had Houdini,
Right.
he had Run.
Okay, and Run was a DJ, right, at that time?
No. I'm talking after that. Run was
Okay.
Curtis's DJ.
Okay, right.
I'm talking about after that, he had Run DMC, so he was a big presence.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on. Here's where you gotta take notes. Mr. Magic Rap Attack was so huge. At one time, Magic was the biggest thing in rap.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Not the artist, him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're getting a 35 share. Now, for you to understand what a 35 share, and the big DJs on the radio then were Frankie Crocker, Don Imus, Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm.
If they got a 10 share, there was a big party. We're getting 35s.
Wow.
So it's up for renegotiation. We hire a lawyer, we go in. When we get to the meeting, our lawyer's smiling. The general manager is smiling. Magic, we're gonna put you on every day. And Ty, you know you really want to do news anyway. So we're gonna give you your own sports talk show and allow you to cover news events. Marley, we got this girl named Mary Thomas on at lunchtime. We're gonna put you on with her every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
However, you can't play rap anymore. What? Can't play rap anymore? We got a new format called Quiet Storm Magic. We want you to do that. I say, Quiet Storm is not new. That was at Howard University when I was there.
Right.
Melvin Lindsay. They said, well, we're doing it in New York. All right. Magic says, then they say, the majors don't know what to do with rap. They sick of it. Magic, you're the leader. If you stop playing it, kids will think it's dead.
So it sounds almost like they knew the root being Magic, because everybody came.
Oh, they definitely knew that. So they say, Marley says, what about Chuck and Ray? Down the dial. The general manager says, we made a deal with Kiss. If you change, they'll fire them. We got to get rid of this rap stuff. Magic says, now at that time, the Juice Crew was Curtis Blow, Houdini, Fat Boys, Fearless Four. Magic says, what about them? Listen, we're giving you the opportunity of a lifetime. Long story short, we walk out and quit. Think about that. How many people would have done it?
I'm thinking about that. So you, listen, and again, we're going back some decades. So let's take that information. Let's take that information and parallel it to Dave Chappelle walking away with that tens of millions.
So we leave to save hip hop.
Where's your plaque? Damn it.
We leave to save it, all right? We go to HBR, but we immediately start kicking their behinds. Immediately. Because now, kids can't hear it anymore. And BLS is not programming it. Kids stopped programming it during the week, so it's only Red and Chuck on the weekend. But now at HBR, we're on every day there, or 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
We end up, but it makes us concentrate more on making records.
Because you need content.
We need money.
Well, you need money, but you need content too.
You need content, right. But now, I'm just saying.
It's not like, again, we got to realize, again, technology is so different today than it was then. So somebody they got a little, a little computer, they get some beats, make a song, and you got a song in a half hour. It wasn't like that. We had boards, we had 8-track.
But you hit on the head. We need content.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's, that's a little after the Fat Boys. We're just recording everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Group Unit 3, so everybody didn't make it. But we have to have content. That's the truth. Everybody did, but we had to have content, and we did. All right. And now I'm kind of ahead of myself.
That's okay.
Before we get to that point, now think about, they liked us at BLS. Frankie Crocker loved us.
Mm-hmm.
They just had to give it a rap. So think about this. By the time we get home, they have called our significant others, our parents. We're offering them the chance of a lifetime here.
The devil is planting a seed.
My mother's calling me, have you lost your mind, boy?
Wait a minute. Your rabbit ass mind, have you lost your rabbit ass mind? That's how they used to talk to us.
Honey, this rap stuff is going to be over anyway. All right. We don't want to hear it. We do it. Come up with this girl, Roxanne Chant, that just starts a whole new resurgence.
So tell me how you and Shantae got together.
Okay, that's another long story. Kango Kid, Kango and them had won a contest we did at Radio City. Mm-hmm. Fat Boys won the rap part, UTFO won the dance. Now UTFO starts rapping and singing.
Right. What he said, I can rap, dance, sing, and one, what is it? How's the piece? I can rap, dance, sing.
They bring us a song called Hanging Out. Because remember, now BLS and Kiss are no longer adding rap songs. So they come to us with this singing song. Magic says, I'm not crazy about that, but this Roxanne on the other side, I like that. Nah, they ain't playing rap no more, blah, 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 blah. Now remember, you had to pay to be on HBI. And it took a minute to build up a sales base. So we really don't have much money. We're running out of money. We play Roxanne, needless to say, it blows up.
Yes.
They promised to do a show for us at a club called Broadway International.
You taking me back.
So that we could make some money for Christmas. This is going into Christmas. I called their manager, a guy named Steve Saylor. Rest in peace. I call him, I say, I got the club, I got the date. He says to me, we don't have to do the show for you anymore. Kiss just added our record. I get to the station, I'm like, I tell Magic and Marley what happened. They're like, what? Now understand, we don't have, money is slim. So we should take Marley home after the show. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. We're standing in front of the building, talking about it. Some little girl says, who's out too late, who shouldn't have been out there for her age. And she overhears us. She says, why don't you let me make a tape dissing them? And I say, my attitude is, go away, little girl. We got bigger problems.
Right.
The next night, Marley comes to the station and says, Ty, remember that little girl? Check this out. He puts the cassette in. Well, my name is Roxanne. Don't you know what? It's a cold rock party when I do that show. And it took off from there. But that song, that the relevance of that song is it allowed us to go cross country and do rap radio, because now the crazy thing, the same year, Magic was nominated for Air Personality of the Year. That's a big thing around the country.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
The deal I would make is, to the promoter, you got to get us an air shift on the local radio station. They was, I don't know if I could do that. I said, tell them you got Mr. Magic. They look on and they had a magazine called R&R, which was the radio Bible. And They see a big picture of Magic, nominated with all the rest of it. They say, okay.
Okay.
But by the time we get there, they would have researched.
Right. But you there.
Find out we're doing rap. And invariably, this is what they would say. Well, we don't know how they do it in New York, but here you got to have an FCC license. I would take my wallet out, pull my license out. So luck favors the prepared. You got me?
Wait
So
a minute.
now,
Wait. Stop. That's an ism. Luck favors the prepared.
That's right.
Amen. Y'all have an ism. Luck favors the prepared. Okay.
So now, Magic, Marley, and I were so good at what we did. All right. And before we actually go to the station, we would always go to the local Greasy Spoon, wherever the kids hung out at. We would go and let them know we're going to be on the radio. And Magic put two words together that we should have copy wrote. Shout out. Magic made that up. All right. So we would go and we might go to a restaurant, maybe $1.50, a special was $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
I go in first, got the limo, and I talk to the manager and say, I'm with Roxanne Chant. She wants to buy everybody in here special. It might be 100 people. That's only $150.
That's all right. 2 slices and a fruit punch. I'm good.
Right. And then I would tell them, I'm going to bring Roxanne Chant here. You guys got to act okay. And then I would, when she come in, and Shan was with us too.
Yes, pandemonium.
But they would be cool. Yeah. And then I would go around and take their names and tell them that we could be on the station tonight. And they said, why you want our names? I would say, he's going to give you all a shout out. What's a shout out? He's going to say your name on the radio. Really?
And then everybody's listening. Now you got listenership.
So, right. So now we go on the air. The general manager or the owner, usually in those markets, would be there. Yeah. And he would have his air personality on standby just in case.
Yeah.
After 3 minutes, the phones would be so lit up.
Yes.
That he would say stuff like, I didn't even know that line lit up.
Oh, I love it.
And watching our professionalism, because I would write the copy. I write the copy. I go over with Magic. Magic might say, I wouldn't say it like that. Right. And I cross that out and we'll rewrite it. Marley's doing his engineering thing, getting stuff together, getting the commercials together, and they would just leave us alone. And the ratings in the station go sky high. So the significance of that record, that Roxanne's Revenge, it allowed us to take rap to places that never had rap on the radio.
So again, put it in the foundation work. Going from a Shantae, where now, as time progresses, LL can now go to Iowa.
Right.
And listen, they already have something there.
Rap had to grow. And I want to go back a little bit. The first artists on the road really were the Sugar Hill artists.
Okay.
They caught a brick. They got booed off stage because kids around the country had never seen a DJ. They didn't know what that was. So when they saw somebody playing records on the stage, they would say, boo, they're lip syncing. What is that?
Yeah.
So when we would go, we had the 808 drum machine. Magic would literally have to teach them, the audience. That's Marley Marl. He's a DJ. Marley, show him what a DJ does. Marley would scratch something in, whatever. And then, so that you had to educate the marketplace.
Yeah.
So that's what any product that you're trying to sell. You got to educate the marketplace to what you're selling.
Yes, you have to show the essence of it and how it benefits you. And then when they see them start rocking to it, moving to it,
jump on it,
feeling to it, the energy starts happening.
Right.
Then it becomes, oh, I gotta see, I need this. I want to repeat this over and over and over again. Yes.
So now let's fast forward to when I go to Warner Brothers. So I start out independent, cultural independent. They came knocking on my door. Actually, Leo Cohen and Russell Simmons brought Benny Medina to my house.
Gotcha.
At the time, I'm living in Flatbush, where all the bad boys live at.
So you left rack and your studio apartment.
Right now, me and my girl are together. I'm in Ocean Avenue in Flatbush.
Mm-hmm.
They bring this guy, Benny Medina. I have no idea who he is.
Benny Medina.
He's giving me this spiel about how they've been watching us. One of us would love to partner with us. I tell him right away, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm cool like I am. But that Monday, the chairman of the company, a guy named Mo Austin, calls me.
Mm-hmm, Mo.
I tell him the same thing. I'm not interested. And at that time, Mo was the biggest name in the game.
That's what you said. Yeah.
So just for him to call me, I should have been excited, but I wasn't.
Because you still are the same person in Left Rack that was not a victim of your circumstances, always saw your dream, always saw your genius, and was like, I'm the shit.
So now he says, let me fly you out to California anyway. We could talk. I'll show you things. So my whole attitude was, free trip to California? Bet.
Yeah.
I go to California. They got a whole big proposal, all the senior VPs in the conference room telling me what they could do. And then they get to the money.
Okay.
And the business affairs guy says, we're gonna give you 40 points. That's never been done before.
Right.
So I said, excuse me.
It's not being done now. That's for damn sure, but okay.
I said, excuse me, does 40 points mean 40%? He said, yes, 40%. I said, but I get 100% now.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I give you 60% of my money? For what?
That's right.
So they end up giving me a deal they never give anybody, because my deal was end up being, without mentioning numbers, I didn't have to sell a record to get paid. They had to pay me per artist just to be down. And then we split everything 50-50.
Got you.
All right, okay. I'm gonna find these artists that you can't find, but you got to pay a certain amount of money just to get in the game. It's a poker game. This is what it costs to get in the game.
Right.
They did that. Now I'm coming face to face with protocol and scheduling. Cold Chillin' Independent, I put a record out every week. Cold Chillin' always had records out.
So is this when Biz, Kane, how did this body?
I already had them. I had all, the reason I started Cold Chillin', I had artists with no label and no records.
Okay.
I already had Biz, already had Kane. They were part of Roxanne Chante's show.
Got you.
So we would go, the whole tour was called the Mr. Magic Rap Attack World Tour.
So that's
starring Roxanne Chant.
Roxanne, Kane, MC Shan.
Right. Biz,
Marley
and TJ Swan. Marley Marl and TJ Swan. But the only ones known was Shantae and Shan.
At that time, right.
And I was like this. I played football in college, so I acted like a recruiter. I went to see your parents. I didn't take you nowhere with me without meeting your family. And I would sit in your living room with your parents and say, I want to take your son with me, usually in the summertime. And the parents, let me tell you this, Tiffany, the parents didn't give two shakes of a baby's behind about no rap. Know what they saw? I was getting their son off the street for the summer.
For the summer.
TiffanieRo.info.
I'm Tiffany Ro.
TiffanieRo.info.
The best in edutainment.
.info. TiffanieRo.info. .info. TiffanieRo.info. Tiffany Ro.
Truth, no bulls.
Information is power.